the summer of 2009, I found myself looking out the window of a bus as I was on my way to the Bay Area, where I was to fly to Ireland after having almost died at the beginning of spring. I kissed my girlfriend goodbye, not knowing I would lose her later in life for traveling. As dawn came on, I was so excited to know that I was actually doing something with my life. But at the same time, I was a little sad that I had to leave love behind just to find out about my Irish heritage. Everything I ever wanted in life was what I discovered with her just before I went into my futuristic travels. I made it a point to follow my heart. I left home behind for something more in life. Home in Bandon was a lot like the land of its own ancestor, the Emerald Isle. I always wished to succeed in chasing dreams. There's a lot more out there for me. I loved growing up on the beach, but the other side of the horizon was unexplored. I had wild, adventurous endeavors to see where my family tree came from. I went to the other side of the world. Feck it, I went to Ireland. Whenever I dream, it seems I dream of Erin's rolling hills, all its lovely shimmering lakes and its little babbling rills. I hear a Colleen's lilting laugh across the meadow fair, and in my dreams it almost seems to me that I am there. Oh Ireland, we're never far apart, for you and all your beauty fill my mind and touch my heart. This place is laced with Celtic folklore, Irish legends, and rare chances of mythology, war, and love. The fauns, the leprechauns, the magical animals, and the beautiful amorous goddess of Tiernan of implied eternal youth. Once you go there, you can never go back. Once you go there, you can never go back. Throughout my time in Ireland, I've seen historical cathedrals, green gorgeous parks, and magnificent castles. I was very thankful and lucky to experience the culture of Ireland. It was wild, untamed, and magical. There were exciting, adventurous travel excursions every week. While I was a student in the suburbs of Dublin and Dunleary at the Institution of Art, Design and Technology, I visited Trinity College. America only has 3 centuries of history. Ireland has 3 millenniums of history. The Vikings founded Dublin in the 8th or 9th century, and likewise, I took myself to castles where warlords, warriors, archers, and monarchs battled long ago. The Lacroix tombs were a lot like an Irish Stonehenge. It was built aeons ago, and somehow it coincided with the summer solstice, meaning that the sun shined inside the tomb once a year, illuminating the symbolic petroglyphs from deep within. Outside of the tomb, you could see the legend of St. Patrick in the horizon, the Hill of Slain and the Hill of Tara. Inside the Dublin castle, the Irish tour guide elaborated on the legend of St. Patrick, as well as the culture of the Irishmen.
The force the British Empire had used in taming Ireland. So we're going to go through them. Now the one at the very back represents to us St. Patrick, the patron saint. He is pointing towards a fire, which is the fire of Christianity, and he's giving it to the pagan Irish in the far corner of his painting. Now there are two things you should notice about how the Irish are depicted. Firstly, they are naked, to say that they were wild.
I believe she was depicting the Irishmen for being wild, naked, and untamed. I visited a church in Dunleary. Walking inside a medieval cathedral for the first time was one of the most amazing experiences in all of my travels. There was stained glass murals, hyper-religious art, and ancient altars. It was living history. After I experienced the churches and the cathedrals, me and the people I traveled with went to the cliffs of Moher. They were 700 and 900 foot cliffs towering against the vast Atlantic Ocean. This place of Earth is renowned to world travelers. Beneath the Dublin castle, there was an archaeological excavation that led to ancient walls that the Irishmen never knew of. There was a historical secret that went unknown for several centuries. The Vikings were responsible for these territories since 900 AD. After discovering everything I realized in Ireland, I talked to a goddess from home as I was 8 time zones away. I rode home on an Irish bus. I remembered all the fauns, the leprechauns, the magical animals, the underwater islands, the fairies, the druids, the dryads, the mistresses, goddesses, and warriors. I claimed Ireland in my own mind, and then I left it behind. It's the time of my life.